Street raised, I was brought up with a G state. Peep game, those who didn't catch one to your brain. Stay in your lane, never wolfed it, boy, I never fake. Watch them break, watch them fall, still I remain. Never change, never try to come and rearrange. Never hate, never tripping on somebody's plate. That shit is lame, leave that type of shit for the dames. The streets don't play, they'll catch up, watch your life as capes. One game, homie, that you shouldn't play. There's real soldiers in the streets gunning every day. This shit is normal in the vital part of every day. It ain't great, but I'm loyal, so I'll never change. I keep repeating, but I mean it, never lose your way. Heed the warning and the missing just for talking brave. Fuck my enemies, two faces and all the snakes. Now for this matter, just name the time and name the place. We'll get it active, fuck the gap, and I'm in face to face. And don't forget to check out the merchandise on the website, my website, where I have my gear, where you can get t-shirts, jerseys, masks, beer holders, license plates, you know, some prison artwork, you know, shoelaces, you know, from a bunch of different stuff. I got them in all different colors, you know what I mean? From the hats, you know, with the bandana presentation to it, from a bunch of different stuff, and you know, at cheap prices. Obviously, you know, coming from the streets, I already know the struggle is real, so I already know that the wallet is not deep for a lot of people, you know what I mean? So I always, you know, I look out for the gente and try to hook them up always as much as possible, because you know, I already know how it is, you know what I mean? And all the money that I do get, it always goes back into the channel to try to do, you know, to bring in people for interviews, you know, to better the recording equipment, and the music thing, for me to help all these artists that, you know, are up and coming, you know, all of that, you know, I put it all back into the channel to elevate the channel, so that's what the money is used for, you know. So I do appreciate you guys' support. Check out the merchandise. Like I said, check out the website. The link will be in the description. You just, you know, go on the website. You guys don't gotta worry. It's done through that website, so I don't get your personal information or nothing like that. And you know, and like I said, I would highly appreciate it. You know, I got some pretty good, you know, the shirt, the artwork design and everything like that, you know. And like I said, I appreciate you guys' support, because, you know, my channel ain't nothing without you guys. You know, you guys are the ones that make the channel crack, so I appreciate it. What's good, G-Life? This right here is Los Angeles, LA County. And we'll be starting off today covering all the stoner varrios, because stoners is a term that a lot of these neighborhoods gave themselves for the name of their barrio. You know, you hear about different stoner sets. Some people didn't even know that there's more than you know, the, you know, common ones that are out there. Stoner is a phrase that people use a lot, and not only for the name of their barrios, but a lot of clicas are named after stoners. A lot of gang members use the, you know, moniker stoner, you know, as a nickname, because there was a time, you know, when, you know, marijuana, you know, hit the scene, you know, heavily, and you had a lot of stoners out there, you know what I mean? You had a lot of these groups that were stoners, that started off as stoner groups, that, you know, transitioned into barrios. And we'll be covering one of the largest ones and one of the most recognized ones, you know, that's located right here in the Los Angeles portion, right here on the west of Los Angeles, in the area that is known as Mid-City. Mid-City is the area where you're able to find the Mid-City Stoners, the MCS, Mid-City Stoners. Mid-City Stoners is a very large group, very recognized one that you definitely hear about. This barrio, you know, they put in work, homie. You know, they give everyone a hard time right here, law enforcement. And, you know, they be going at it with everybody, because there's all kinds of different barrios right there. The Mid-City gang is spread out in different locations, not just right here in Mid-City, but they're located in different other parts of Los Angeles. Not only Los Angeles, but in the United States. Like, they have homies in Oregon and Washington and you know, and etc. You know what I mean? They got them in Long Beach, and they got homies all over the place. But their original barrio is right here in Mid-City. Everything that's from what's Olympic to Rim. Everything that's from Olympic, and I would have to say from Olympic, still all the way to Pico Boulevard, and from Pico, so that's Crenshaw to Pico, Pico to Olympic, is, you know, and everything that's in the middle is their barrio. You know, what's West Boulevard, what's Eaglewood, what's Plymouth Boulevard, what's Windsor Boulevard, was 12, was Victoria. All of that is their barrio. Close to the Queen Anna Park. You know what I mean? That's their dojo, their domain. That's where they get it on and cracking, homie. You know what I mean? Like I said, this barrio, being more than 400 members to this barrio. So they do have numbers on their size, and it's been an old barrio that's been right here already for a cool minute doing their damn thing. And like I said, one of the more recognized stoner barrios, the mid-city stoners, definitely have been putting theirs on the map and keep representing. Another stoner barrio that you have right here in Los Angeles, but now in a different portion of Los Angeles. For this one, we have to head down to the east side, or should I say up to the east side. The area that's known as East LA is where we're able to find the next stoner barrio. And this is another one that's well known, that already has, its reputation. They've been already in this area for a long time doing their thing. Very notorious neighborhood. I got homies out of this barrio, so I know that they with the business. And they got several different barrio spots. That you have them not only in the east side, but you have them in the south side. You have them spread out in different areas. They even have more than multiple neighborhoods in the east side. But originally they started close to where the City Terrace Park is at, on the iconic view, on the big vacant lots of those apartments, is where, they began, and why they got the name, the barrio, the Lot Stoners. The Lot Stoners, that's how they got their name, through those vacant lots where they used to hang out and smoke their Mary Jane, you know what I mean? And, because that was the age of the stoners, you know what I'm saying? Roughly in the 70s, that's when they started. The Lot Stoners, because I know a lot of people refer to it as the Lot, and they see it up as the Lot, when they see it tagged up and everything. But the name of the barrio is TLS. TLS standing, the S on TLS standing for Stoners, the Lot Stoners, because it's not called Lots. It's not called Lots with an S. It's called, Lot, like LOTT. So there's no S. So the S stands for stoners, because I was seeing that people were trying to say that the S standed for lots, and it doesn't stand for lots, it stands for lot, and then the S is for stoners. So it's the Lot Stoners. And their barrio is everything like around the City Terrace Park, throughout Hazard, Eastern, that stretches through their barrio, you know what I mean? And all the way to City Terrace Drive, and everything that's in the middle is considered their barrio. And then they have a smaller branch located in the south side, in the city of Maywood. And not only that, but they have one in Montebello as well, by Girthern Avenue, by San De La Roe, I think that's the name of that street, close to the Montebello Country Club, is where you're able to find the Lot Stoners on that side by Beverly. Is where you're able to find another branch of theirs, because the Lot Stoners gang is more than 250 members to the Lot Stoner gang. So they do have a presence, and they continue to represent theirs, have been doing it and keep representing for the Lot Stoners right there. Another barrio, since we're maintaining ourselves on the east side, that you have right here in East LA, you have the barrio S13LS. S13LS standing for Stoners 13 Locos, or Stoners Locos, you know what I mean? Barrio Stoner Locos. So that's how you see it up. Not to get confused with Sotel, because it's written similar to different barrios. You know what I mean? The Stoner Locals is a barrio that's already been in the east side for a cool minute. At one point, they were very large. They're not as large as they used to be, but don't get it twisted, homie. They handle business, you know what I mean? They still maintain right there. I got homies out of this barrio as well. The Stoners gang, not to be playing lightly, you know what I mean? You can find them towards the East LA / Montebello area already. Through those back ends is where you're able to find the Stoners 13 Locos neighborhood. Roughly, I was told that there are roughly more than 80 members to the Stoners gang. So, like I said, at one point they were, pretty large, you know what I mean? They're not as large no more, but you still see their presence, you know what I mean? Going at it with all the barrios over there, because like I said, it's jam-packed full of a lot of different neighborhoods. Fighting for turf is crazy. But the Stoners gang is still loved, still representing. They still continue to be active. I was seeing people trying to say that they were inactive. That is not true. They are still active. They still have members doing their thing. The Stoner Locals neighborhood is still be representing and holding it down for the Stoners gang. Another barrio that's a Stoners barrio that often gets forgotten that is a Stoners neighborhood is the Mara Salvatrucha. Mara Salvatrucha, originally, that is what their name stood for. It stood for Mara Salvatrucha Stoners. They started off as a stoner group. They started off as a stoner gang before they manifested into what it's now known. You know what I mean? And now, covering exactly where their barrio's at it's a mission because, I mean, where do I start? They have so many different clicas spread out throughout all over the place, you know. They're in every state, you know what I mean? Practically in every state, deep in El Salvador. Obviously, they started right here in the west of Los Angeles by the Rampart area is where they originated at, you know, by the MacArthur Park. That's their main domain, their dojo. That's where they originated out of. But then they spread to Koreatown. They spread through Long Beach. They spread to the San Fernando Valley. They spread to everywhere, anywhere. They're all over. You know, one of the largest gangs, if second largest Sureño gang. Like I said, they have numbers. They're just all over the place. You know what I mean? Very notorious. And yes, they did start off. That is, even though there's Mara Salvatrucha, that is how they started off. They were known as Mara Salvatrucha Stoners. So they were originally out of Stoners gang. That is what the original title was, for theirs. But that's what's up with the MS neighborhood. And right there, they still be active, obviously, and representing for theirs. Another barrio that you have as a stoner gang. For this one, we will have to travel to the south central portion of Los Angeles. South Central is where we're able to find this next barrio. The next barrio up on the list is the barrio KBS. KBS translating for King Boulevard Stoners. King Boulevard obviously is referring to Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, obviously. So Martin Luther King Boulevard, that's what they're referring to as King. So, you know what I mean? So throughout Martin Luther King, so we're able to find them. Now, this barrio is right here in the danger zone, man. They're right here in the midst of the chaos, bro. Their barrios are literally, because you got the Playboys right there in the South Park. And you got the Vernon Barrio, locals, and you have the 41st Streets, you have the 38s, you have the 43rd Gangster Cribs, you have the 42nd Gangster Cribs, you have the Rolling 30 P-Stone Bloods, you have Mid-City, who has their Low Bottoms clica right there as well. You just have so many barrios that are just right here, literally right here in this area of South Central. There is no breathing room, bro. This is a jambalaya, homie. Just a mixture of everybody, homie. Everybody and their mothers right here. You know what I'm saying? So they got a tough task, but they're right there, Martin Luther King by Jefferson Boulevard on the 30th is where you're able to find the King Boulevards. Already hitting into the 40s. Roughly, this barrio is I was told that there are roughly more than 75 members to this barrio, so a little bit more of the smaller side, but nonetheless active. Keep representing. They still put it down, homie. These guys ain't no chumps. Shout out to my homie Snapper out of this barrio, with it, homie, right there. And shout out to all the homies from King Boulevard that still be representing. That's the King Boulevard Stoners, real barrio that does real things and still be right here in South Central representing. And the next barrio on the list, and for this one, we actually have to make our way to the San Fernando Valley. Yes, the San Fernando Valley does have a stoner gang that people always forget. You know what I mean? That is a stoner gang. But you have the Pacoima Brown Stoners Locals gang. Brown Stone Locals. Brown Stoner Locals. I know that it's used as Brown Stone, but Stone is short for Stoners. That's what that means, for those who wanted to know, because I do get asked. So technically the name of the barrio is Brown Stoners Locals, gang, Pacoima Brown Stoner Locals. So that's what the Brown Stones mean. They were a stoner group right here at Pacoima, and their barrio, obviously because they're clicked up with Paxton, so their barrios were close to each other, always close to the Richie Valens Park is where you're able to find this barrio. Their barrios, what's Paxton and Lauren Canyon, all the way to Van Nuys Boulevard. So everything that's in the middle is their barrio. So throughout Remick and Judge Street and Fillmore and all of that is their barrio, all the way to Paxton. Everything that's in the middle, it's what's considered their neighborhood. Now the Brownstoners have never been a big Pacoima clique. Roughly one of the more smaller ones. That's why them and Paxton, they clicked up, they got together, but they're still, individual gangs, whatever, but they're just clicked up. Because the barrios stay right there next to each other. But the Brownstone Locals is still active. They still, have members that represent for theirs, and still, put it down for the Pacoima Brown Stoner Locals. But yes, they are a stoner group and a stoner gang, and they still be right there holding it down.
Thank you for watching M.O.D Entertainment. Make sure you like and subscribe.